Thanks for surprising me like that. Okay, so would you want a Telugu song?
Okay, how many of y'all want Telugu song? Put your hand up. Quick, quick, we don't have time. Okay, which other options do we have? Which other options? Hindi? Hindi?
Okay, overwhelming. Okay, cool, cool. We don't have the time. Okay, so I'm gonna sing, you have to sing along, okay? Otherwise, I'm very nervous otherwise, okay? Cool. नहीं 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 ये बातें हैं पुरानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी थामा था रोका इसको किसने था ये तो बहता पानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी ला 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 You're supposed to sing. Thank you. I think we should get started now. What do you think?
All right, let's give it up for Sagari and Abhinav. Give everyone.
So this is actually the problem coming on stage after a wonderful performance like this. Whatever I'm saying is going to sound boring to you all after the exciting stuff you saw. But just bear with me. We'll be very quick about this. Good evening and welcome to our talks on the Top Contributor Program as well as the product forums. Those of you who were here yesterday would have probably got a glimpse of this, but we want to reiterate this because we feel the Top Contributor Program and the product forums are there for you and by you. The best suggestions and feedback comes from you guys, the guys who use the products a lot, and that's why we want your help and we want you to participate in these forums. And as we go by our presentation, we'll tell you how you can help us. So before I get into the details, let me start with a story which took place back in 2003. Long before user-to-user forums were popular on the internet, when Google was actually discussing how we can collect consumer feedback and help users, Larry Page came up with a very innovative solution. That is, why not help users why not have users help other users answer various questions they had on the internet? And that's how the Top Contributor Program came into being. We have a small technical glitch, so I'll just continue. So what he actually suggested was have all the users using specific products to come and help other users who use the same product. So how many of you actually had any query or issue about any Google product? Somebody, everybody would have had some questions about Google products, right? And the first thing you would have done is probably Google it. And the first solution or the first result which pops up is a Google forum, which speaks about various products. And as you can see, the different products have different forums, and each of these forums have different categories. For example, if it's YouTube, you have categories like how to upload a video or viewing issues, things like that. And who will you actually see on these forums? You'll see people who have various questions, people who are willing to help out, answer these questions, rising stars as well as top contributors, and you'll also see Googlers like us. Now, we don't call it a forum, we'd like to call it a community. We call it a community because it encompasses all that you see on your screen over there, everyone. And before I hand it off to Sagari again, I'd like to leave you with this pretty funny XKCD comic. So whenever in Google we talk about the top contributors, this is the picture which comes to our mind. And it's pretty self-explanatory. So over to Sagari.
Hi, everyone. Now to my formal introduction. I'm Sagari, and I've been with Google for over 4 years now. And 2 of these 4 years, I've been a community manager for various product forums like Android, Orkut, Google+, and now Gmail. So over these 2 years, I worked with a lot of top contributors from all over the world. And so if you were to ask me what makes a top contributor, who becomes a top contributor, then I'd say these are some of Google's most passionate users and Google's most active users. But not only are they active on our product, they're also active on our forums, on the product forums. This means that they are genuinely interested to help out other users, and it goes without saying that their product knowledge is excellent. So we have like thousands of users who post on our forums. So how do we pick out these few top contributors? So we have a few requirements. The first and foremost thing is that obviously you need to be active on the product forum. You need to have a strong presence on the forum. So we obviously expect you to have really good product knowledge and post quality answers. But apart from that, you need to have a friendly and approachable manner to other users as well. And overall, we need you to have a positive attitude towards Google. We need you to believe in our products like we do. So once we identify these users, we sort of reach out to them and ask them if they're interested to become a top contributor. And we also gauge if they're ready to become a top contributor immediately, or if they need a little bit of help to get there. So in this intermediate stage, they are given the title of a rising star on the product forum. They're given a badge. And once they are good enough to become TCs, TCs is short for top contributors, they become a top contributor, and they receive another special badge, which acknowledges them as a top contributor on the forum. So the first thing we do when they become top contributors is that we make them sign a non-disclosure agreement with us. Why we do that? More on that on the next slide. OK, so what exactly do TCs do for us? The most basic and important thing is that they help us reach out to a wider audience. For example, on the Gmail forum, in the past 3 months, we had over 30,000 questions that were asked. And we have about 25 English Gmail TCs who helped us resolve 60% of these questions. Now, if I were to do it alone, I don't think I would have been able to do even 2% of that. So it's because of these TCs that we reach out to a wider audience. Now, since they are such product experts, our product teams and engineering teams value their feedback a lot, which is why all our TCs are a part of a program called the Trusted Tester Program. As a part of this program, they get to test our products before they are launched to a wider public. So through this, they're able to give us valuable feedback, and we also kind of gauge the reaction that we might get once we launch the product. And also considering we have TCs all over the world, we sort of have a 24-hour coverage on most of our major products. So before any sort of bug or issue becomes a widespread issue, we are alerted because of the top contributors. So this is all the amazing work that they do for us. So what exactly do we do for them? When we ask the TCs what's their most favorite thing about being a top contributor, they unanimously replied saying the direct access they have to Googlers, the kind of knowledge they gain through the interaction with Googlers. So we make sure to be accessible and communicative with our TCs. And again, the most important thing is that we maintain this relationship and make sure that they are engaged in the TC program year on year. Now, if you're thinking these TCs put in so much hard work, and are you saying this is all you do for them? Then think twice, because this is Google. So last year, we had a global TC summit that was conducted in the Google headquarters in Mount Mio. We have over 500 top contributors all over the world, and we invited and flew down all of them to the Google headquarters for a 3-day event.
All expenses paid.
It's that happen time to time. For example, we had a TC meet that happened in Brazil a couple of months back, and we have one that is happening in Hyderabad right now, actually. We flew down all the TCs from all over India to G-Days Hyderabad, and they'll be having a TC meet tomorrow in the Google Hyderabad office. So if all the TCs can stand up, please give them a round of applause. I hope you got to interact with them through the day today. And I'm going to sum it up by talking about the TCs in India here. We have about 22 TCs, 12 of which are here. And collectively, these guys answered over 17,000 questions last year. Seriously. Yes, and like Abhinav said earlier, the reason we wanted to talk about the TC program here at G-Days on both the days is because ultimately a TC is a user who loves Google and Google's products just like you guys. So if you want to give back to Google and help out other Google users, so this is your chance. So I'll see you on the forum. Thank you.